So in this video, I'm going to show you how to connect a graphic scale to a viewport. So I'm doing this in AutoCAD 2016. It's applicable in any previous version and also in newer versions of AutoCAD. So we start off with, of course, you're going to do this in a layout. So we switch over to a layout. And I'm going to remove this viewport. What I'd like to do is just insert a block that I'd created. Insert, that's right, I got to find the command. And then I'm just going to browse to this block. The block that I had selected is simply a viewport and also a block with the graphic scale in there. And I'm just going to insert that at 0, 0. So this is what you end up with, is a viewport. You can change the layer that it's on. But the important thing is you have a graphic scale, and this graphic scale is designed to update when you change the scale of the drawing. Now in this particular drawing here, I might not have the correct scales set up, and so what I'd like to do is to change those scales. So when the viewport comes in, what happens is that it's actually not active. So I need to change that to become active. And then what that does is that enables the ability to change the scale. So you can see over here that the scale is off the list here. But what I'm going to do is just customize that. So what I'd like to do is just remove all these architectural scales. What I had done is I had edited the registry and just put in the scales that I want to use. And so I can simply hit reset and then choose the metric and imperial scales. And what that does is it just reads the registry that I had edited and put in the scales that I want to use. So now back at the scale here, if you grip on the layout or the viewport, and then you change the scale, and I change that to say a 1 to 100, then you just do a regen, and it updates the values here in the bar scale. So it's as simple as that. Now, how that works is each one of these fields is tied to an expression that is a multiple of the viewport scale. So you don't need to really know what's under the hood, but you do have to know that this particular viewport has a entity handle that's specifically tied to those fields. I did test it out though, and I did discover that it just has to be in the same layout. And if I duplicate this, which makes it really convenient, is I can just do a copy of that viewport or the layout, and then just switch over to layout 2. Okay, so this is a different layout, and I can change the scale here and have that independent. So let's say this is going to be a 200 scale, do a regen, and you can see the scale is now at 200. If I go back to layout 1, and this is still at 100, do a regen. Let's say I change this to 50. And there you go. So now you can have these layouts independent of each other. And they, because I thought initially what would happen is that this graphic scale would still be tied to the layout 1 viewport, but it's not true. It follows this pairing wherever they go. So you just keep those together in the same layout. You can't delete a viewport and then recreate it because it won't be connected to the graphic scale anymore. So that's all the magic I have for today.